Pondering God, Chapter 13. What's distracting you? There was a point in my life when I got caught up in the keeping up with the Joneses game, which is unique to our American culture. We had the large house, much bigger than we needed, along with the large mortgage, also much bigger than we needed. We bought things on credit that we also didn't need. Add in a few of the other trinkets, and the weight on my shoulders was as heavy as a stone. I became a slave to my job because if I lost my job, how would I pay for all the stuff? I found that all these things were controlling my life, and I had become a slave to my possessions. During this time, I also noticed that while my possessions increased, my spiritual life and growth decreased. In the parable of the soils, Jesus talks about this. In Matthew 13:22, Jesus said, "And the one on whom seed was sown among the thorns, this is the man who hears the word, and the worry of the world, and the deceitfulness of riches," Luke adds, "and the pleasures of this life choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful." That was me, the worry of the world. I needed to keep my job, whether I liked it or not, because I had quite a bit of debt darkness looming on the horizon, a metaphor for the U.S. And God's word was not changing me. In fact, I wasn't interested in it like I used to be. In Matthew 6:33, Jesus said, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you." I had it backward. I focused on the things first and his kingdom second. I thought of Solomon's words that spoke of the vanity of all the wealth and things he had accumulated. When the realization finally set in, some major course corrections were made, and now, as Speedy of Alka-Seltzer used to sing, "Oh, what a relief it is." I've learned some valuable lessons along the way, lessons that I knew in my head, but which had not yet reached my heart. In Luke 12, Jesus said, "For not even when one has an abundance does his life consist of his possessions." That passage always reminds me of George Bailey, Jimmy Stewart, in It's a Wonderful Life. He finally figured out at the end of the movie that the money things didn't matter. What mattered was God, family, and friends. The truth does indeed make you free. Although 80% of Americans identify as Christian, only 43% attend church services on a regular basis. Why? I think too many of them are living my story as described above. After all, it's the American way.